Matthew Attard, illi propju huwa wieħed mill-persuni illi rebaħ il-kategorija taħt 23 sena. Għandi wkoll ħdejja lil Ted Wolfe fin-nofs u lil Christian Narciso li huwa l-coach tat-tim ta' Hibernians. I will start, Christian, with you. It was a memorable, no doubt, memorable season. But if I had to ask you, how would you describe the season?
Well, it was an amazing season. It was very long. We started pretty early, and we managed to win the Shield. It was the first cup, so we managed to get to the final and to win the Shield. And then afterwards, we went better and better, and the season ended up, with the championship. We worked hard all season. The guys did the best they could, and we managed to bring all the trophies that we had available, apart probably from the knockout, but all the rest of the other...
You managed to win.
Yeah, exactly.
But how would you describe it? What positives would you take out of the season?
I would say the fact that the guys started to get along with each other and start to, leading by themselves. That's something that I really proud myself of this team. They started to hang with each other in a better way, to talk to each other in a better way, and that helped us a lot in achieving all the cups that we did.
Ted, your second year in Malta, but first year playing with Hibernians. How was it this year?
It was better than my first year, I'll tell you that. My first year, it was very tough. It was very tough because it was my first year. But being with Hibs, it was more of like a family, and they helped me grow as a person and as an athlete. And I couldn't put into words like how much they meant to me. So it's been pretty successful, I'd say.
Matthew, inti apparti l-kategorija taħt 23 sena kif nistgħu naraw ukoll mit-t-shirt, però inti parti mit-tim tal-kbar ukoll. Għadek żagħżugħ, però ilek żmien fil-basketball, tirbaħ kampjonat, kif tiddeskrivi sena bħal din?
Kien season twil, konna qegħdin nikkompetu kemm għall-Ażżar under 23 u kemm għall-kbar, konna qegħdin nitrenjaw għall-under 23 konna qegħdin nitrenjaw għall-kbar, konna qegħdin nilagħbu l-ħadd, konna qegħdin nilagħbu t-tlieta, ġifieri l-affarijiet ma kinux faċli, imma konna grupp sabiħ, konna grupp imħallat u morna tajjeb fl-għar mill-aħħar u baħna kemm iż-żgħar l-under 23 u kemm il-kbar.
Coach, such season requires a lot of effort, commitment, dedication, as Matthew is explaining. How would you describe also the players and the dedication and commitment they put into this season?
Well, at the beginning of the season we had such a talk together because we were trying to build a family, first of all. And the thing that really worked with these guys is that they were really available to fit in their role and to do everything it was possible for them to be a star in that role. Mm-hmm. And I believe that was the most successful thing, because each one of them, even though they were not scoring all the points or not making all the right plays, even if they had to sacrifice some minutes, they all did it with the best they could. So.
An important thing which we always talk about is the young ones, putting the young ones into another role, like Matthew is doing, like many others. You put them in the best, the highest category you've got. How important is it for you to also get such young into the team?
Well, to be honest, it was pretty easy because we practiced all together, no matter of the age, and that was the most important thing. I believe that young are developing just facing challenges and facing athletes that are better than them, and that's how they can get better. And I'm not surprised that with the under 23 they won the league. Actually, I think they lost only one game, because they've been practicing with people like Ted, with Derek Brown, with James Hageman, the other two Americans that were in our team. So I believe that this challenge is making them better as players, and that's the result.
Fil-fatt, Matthew, xtaqt li l-ek titkellem, meta tikkompeti meta titrenja ma' forsi players bħal Ted, players li għandhom l-esperjenza, players li ġej minn timijiet forsi kbar anka barra mill-pajjiż tagħna, xi ftit esperjenza differenti ħatiħu.
Ekku, players bħal dawn jalmuk ħafna mhux aspett ta' basketball biss imma anke kif tikkontrolla l-logħba, kif taġixxi f'ċertu sitwazzjonijiet, kif iġġib ruħek, ġifieri ma tikbirx bħala persuna biss bħala basketball player ma tikber ukoll bħala persuna fl-aħħar mill-aħħar li l-basketball tittieħdu bis-serjetà u hemm livelli oħra li tista' tilħaq. Kwadek żgħir tista' taspira għal aħjar.
Ted, did you control all the matches? Were there any matches which you said sort of this is a hard-fought match and you didn't know where the league was going?
No. Yeah, I mean, yes, because basketball is a tough sport, you know, and it's a team sport, and I mean, I wouldn't say control, but, you know, being the kind of basketball player I am, like I consider myself having a pretty high IQ, and so, I mean, you just never know, like, with basketball, you just never know, so I wouldn't say control. I wouldn't say control.
Coach, any challenges which you faced this season?
I mean, already having people from different ages and different also cultural background is not easy. I think the changing point for us was the game with De Piro during the season. I think they all agree because we went down by 17 points in the third quarter. And then actually that's what I was talking to you about, that they started to lead with each other without me pushing them. And they started to find solution by their own, which is my highest goal as a coach. And they came back 17 points and they won the game. So this is something that I really pride myself because that was the turning point of our season. We were winning all the games, but there was kind of we were a little bit going down. And then from that game on, we started to understand that we were going to win everything that we had ahead of us.
How would you compare the Shield and the league?
Well, of course, the Shield was at the beginning of the season, so all the teams were in a different athletic, form and everything. But it changed also here about ourselves. In a scorer was doing what. So it was interesting to see the changes that we have been going through from the Shield to the championship. Obviously, the championship was in the long run. We had to face also the problem with Derek, that he had to go back home, and then we got another American. So, and then we adapted on that. So we became even a smarter team, more available. So of course, if I have to choose between the two types, I'm going for a BOV league.
Basketball is growing in Malta. We can see this from the different categories, different leagues, different clubs involved in different leagues and in different categories, as I mentioned. But is it hard for you to coach players nowadays?
Well, that's a good question. In the terms of growing, I believe I've been here 2 years ago with Melia.
You started with Melia.
Exactly.
Yes.
So I can see there is so much more passion than 2 years ago. I've seen the Tali fill up way more times than used to be. So that is always saying a lot. In the terms of when I know, for example, when I get here with the Hibernians, the guys are really good guys.
I'm asking this question because most of our basketball players are not professional, as we always say, in different sports as well, not only basketball. So that's why I'm asking you, is it hard to coach maybe players who are not professional, who they have to deal with the work, and then after work, they have to come for training. Sometimes that could be really hard for them as well.
Yeah, I totally agree. We had many of the main guys that were not professional in the terms that they have another job and everything. So They've been doing well. That's why I told you, like we managed to build a family and we were helping each other in the tough times. If one of the main guys was having a problem in this period, someone else would step up. That I think that was the strength of our team this year.
Ted, I want you to maybe tell us a bit how you ended up playing in Malta. With in the beginning you started with Melliha and now with Hibernians.
Well, it was my agent, Reese Handwriting. He's based out of Melbourne, Australia, and we saw a vision. It was more of like, I would say, he basically just told me like, you go to Malta, you know, you put up these numbers, and then I'll get you wherever you want to go, you know, basically after that. So it's basically just a plan that we're following, and I mean, I would say so far it's going pretty good.
But do you think that in Malta we have high level of basketball? Because I know where you're coming from, basketball is so popular, it's so big.
At first, I'll be honest, I would say my answer to that would be no, but like you just said earlier, it's growing. And I've seen a lot of great players here in Malta. I mean, I'm sitting next to one. So, I mean, yeah, it's growing, and obviously it doesn't happen overnight. So, I mean, I think that if the players here in Malta can learn to, you know, just take basketball more serious, then I see Malta being in a really good, you know, place, you know, here in the basketball world.
What about getting more foreigners in this game, in basketball?
Here in Malta?
Yeah.
I mean, I think I've been a pioneer in helping, you know, more people wanting to come here. I mean, obviously, the last couple of years, I think that I've been a part of, you know, helping grow the game here in Malta. And honestly, that's been one of my biggest goals, was to just help this league grow and to show other guys over in America or wherever that, you know, that this is a place that you can play, you know. I mean, not only is it a great place to live, you have everything that comes with Malta, you know. I mean, I just think that, yeah, I mean, I do see better. I see better coming, you know, from America and any other place too. I think that you guys will be in a really good place, you know, with the better talent that will be coming soon.
Ted, you are used to playing as a professional, and even in America and different countries, most athletes, when they train and compete at high level, most of them are professional. Do you think that in Malta we should have more athletes professional?
Yes, I do. I mean, just like Coach was saying earlier, I think it'll push, you know, again, it'll push the Maltese players to, because there are a lot of Maltese players here who aspire to be great. You know,
Yes.
I see it, I hear it, I talk to them, and I think, yes, if you guys can get more, you know, professional players here, then it'll push them, and you already have, I can go down a list of guys, but there's already a handful, if not more, you know, Maltese players that I can see playing, not only here in Malta, but even in America.
Even in America, yes.
So I just think that, again, they have to just dedicate themselves to the game, and I think, yeah, like I said, they'll be in good hands. Malta's in a good place.
Matthew, ma nafx taħseb dwar dan, inti bla dubju il-fatt li tagħmel dan l-sport u tiddedika ħafna mill-ħin tiegħek. Naħseb kull atleta ikun jixtieq li jkun professjonali li l-ħin tiegħu qatta u jitrenja u forsi mbagħad ikun hemm il-ħin li tistrieħ, eċetera. Kemm hija importanti li plejer illum il-ġurnata jkun professjonali, jagħti u jiddedika il-ħin massimu tiegħu fl-isport?
Hija dejjem importanti għax meta tkun qiegħed professjonali l-ħajja tiegħek tkun l-isport tiegħek f'dal każ huwa l-basketball, ġifieri tkun dedikat għall-basketball, meta tispiċċa ma tkunx professional, tmur xogħol, tistudja, titlaħaq mal-ħajja, trid tilab, ġifieri ħajja ma tiġix faċli, meta tkun professional titaħdem għalih, vera titaħdem għalih ma fl-aħħar ħajja ta' tiġik ta' basketball player li ħajja tkun eħfef għalik u ddur aktar mal-basketball meta fil-waqt li aħna l-Maltin rridu nduru mal-ħajja ta' kuljum, studju, xogħol, basketball. Kultant ma tkunx faċli kif diġà semmejna li titlaħħaq ma' kollox.
Coach, as a club, Hibernians aimed for a lot of trophies and a lot of important commitments as well this year. So what are your aspirations as a club? Now it's time for you to have a break, to take that really important break after a long season. But what's next now as a club as well?
Well, as a club, we are talking often. I mean, I talk often with Mario Tabone about the future of this club, and we want to build something important. Actually, I think I even mentioned after we won the game in the interview that we're looking for sponsorships, because that could help us in the. We want to go and get the qualifiers of FIBA Europe Cup. That is something that Starlights has been doing last year, and that would be amazing because I think we have a good setup of Maltese players and foreigners that can deal well together. That's our goal.
How hard is it to achieve? How hard is it to achieve?
Well, obviously we're talking about a league where there are all professional players. But I think at least for the qualifiers and go check where we are. I believe that would be a good step for us, because I believe the guys deserved it, and if it's not this upcoming season, most probably the next one if we're still winning the league, because that's for qualifying. And well, that's where we're heading to. We would like to get as better as possible day by day. That's really the goal.
Are you already in talks to do the next season, maybe a contract?
Well, actually, we have been. I've been signing a deal of 3 seasons already, so that's why we're thinking about future and we want to build something together. I'm sorry, guys.
L-aħħar mistoqsija. What's next for you, Ted, and also Matthew? Now that the season is over?
I mean, for me, I just want to rest.
But are you going back to America?
Yes, I am. I'm going back home. I miss my family.
Yeah.
So, yes, I'll be going back home, and we'll be talking about, what's next or what's to come. So, we'll see.
But you have your agent that obviously you do what your...
I wouldn't say I do what he
agent.
say, but he helps guide me.
Yes.
Obviously, he's my agent, so he's going to tell me what's best for me.
He guides you, yeah.
But why I love him so much is because he lets me navigate my own career.
Okay.
A lot of people don't have agents that just let them do that. Yeah. And so, I mean, like I said, we'll see what's next, but just stay tuned, just stay tuned.
Matthew, xa tagħmel is-sena d-dieħla?
Break, issa break. Qasir kien season twil.
Season twil, tiegħek iktwal għaliex għandek kategoriji differenti.
23 senior, lo kien season twil. Break żgħir u nerġgħu nibdew dillina season li jmiss naqdu nerġgħu bħala grupp, nerġgħu nibdew nintawn back in shape u nerġgħu.
Però issa li tkunu waqftu ftit, imbagħad tibdew timmissjaw il-xulxin. Ġeneralment hekk jgħiduli.
Nibqgħu nintaqgħu hawnhekk nippruvaw nintaqgħu noħorġu naf flimkien nibqgħu bħala grupp.
U anke tilagħbu xi
Nilagħbu
logħba.
naf flimkien imma break żgħir u nerġgħu nibdew issa.
Grazzi ħafna Matthew, grazzi Ted, grazzi Christian li kontu miegħi llejla fil-programm Sports Panorama. Bqgħu miegħi għandna ħafna u ħafna x'niddiskutu. Għalissa servizz ma' Kenneth Vella dwar it-tiġrid ta' żwiemel. Bqgħu miegħi.